If you are not seeing results in the gym, it is completely and entirely your fault. Too many people waste time in the gym blaming genetics, blaming their equipment, blaming their diet, blaming all these things, all these external things. Their parents, oh, they're not feeding me this food, they're not doing that. Everything else is the problem in their mindset except for them. But the truth is, as we all know, the problem is you, your mindset. If you have a problem with your life, you change it. It's your life. No one is responsible for taking control of your life except for you. Do you want someone to treat you like a robot? Like they program a code and that's what you do? No, it's your life. You take accountability. What, you want someone to hold strings? There's like little fucking dolls. No, it's your life. You take responsibility. So, why are you not making progress in the gym? Now let's go over a few factors that might be impacting it. So let's say if you're trying to put on weight or lose weight, like you're trying to cut or bulk, which is mostly what most people are trying to do in the gym. If you have not seen progress within 4 weeks, there is something wrong. There is something happening. If your scale hasn't moved, you are doing something wrong. Now, let's go over a few factors as to what you're doing wrong. When it comes to losing weight, it has very little to do with the actual gym. I would say it only factors in about 20%. 20% is you go in, you train properly, you leave. Now that's a big factor, but the main contributor to losing weight or putting on proper weight, like muscle, not fat, is to do with your diet. So if you haven't changed the scale in over a month, there's something wrong with your diet. What have you been eating? When have you been eating? How long have you been not eating for? Like if you're trying to lose weight, how long have you not eaten for? If you're trying to bulk, or even if you're trying to lose weight, what are you eating? Are you eating carb heavy foods? Are you restricting yourself from enough carbs? Are you having enough protein? Are you having all your vitamins? There's so many factors that go into this. You guys need to look into it. So the ones I just listed there are probably the main ones that you need to look at. So I can't tell you this is what's wrong with your diet because I don't know you, but I can give you a guide. So incorporate more meats and less processed foods. That is generally going to increase your health, increase your diet, the way your body processes the food and digests it. And if you're cutting, if you're losing weight, do not eat carbs in the evening when you're not going to expend energy. Eat the carbs that you need to, the very little carbs that you should be having. Eat that in the morning or in the middle of the day. Do not eat it in the evening. If you are bulking, the most weight you're going to put on is in the afternoon, but you want to still pack on as much food in the morning and in the middle of the day as possible, because you are trying to put on as much weight as possible. So it's like, let's say you put on 35% weight in the morning, 30% weight in the morning, 30% in the middle of the day, and then 40% at nighttime. Just because the nighttime is the most doesn't mean you slack on the other ones. You keep putting on weight, you keep eating more throughout the day. It's the opposite for cutting. You want to eat in the morning, eat in the middle of the day, and not eat at night. Or restrict your diet so you're not having a breakfast and you're not having a dinner, but you're having 3 meals in the middle of the day. Like let's say 1 at 10, 1 at 12, 1 at 2, and that's all you eat. That is called intermittent fasting. I will be releasing a course on that if you are interested. If you want, drop a comment, I'll send you a text. Anyways, continuing on, we're going to be moving on to you're cutting too early. If you're not seeing progress in the gym, and let's say you're fat, or you're not fat, but you've only been gymming for about a year, and you're cutting, you shouldn't really be cutting unless it's like you're severely overweight. I wouldn't recommend cutting because you have newbie gains, right? And this is a real thing because let me explain it to you. People just look over it, but I'll actually break it down for you guys. Newbie gains is where your muscles and your body isn't used to the movements. So when you shock the muscle, you hear that term a lot, shock the muscle. You are shocking the muscle almost every single workout. Whereas after 2 years of gymming, 3 years of gymming, you cannot physically shock the muscle as easy. You have to go so much more intense or just do a completely different exercise. Whereas when you start off in the gym, you could be training completely wrong and still making gains, still making really good gains. Although if you train optimally, you'd make far better gains. So you are probably cutting too early. If you're in your first year of training and you're not overweight, I don't think that you should be cutting. I believe you should be either bulking or just trying to maintain, or not bulking. The word bulking has been infected. Now we have to use the term lean bulking. Don't bulk and just put on fat and put on weight. Even if you're slightly overweight, just maintain, eat a lot of protein, cut out the carbs, and still train. That's how you're going to lean down and put on muscle. Obviously, you're not going to get shredded abs, but when you look at it, in 5 years, you'll thank yourself that you didn't cut while you had the opportunity to make those gains. And a lot of people are starting to train at the ages of 15, 16 when they're hitting their growth spurts. So they're going to be packing on a lot more muscle than someone that's starting their training journey at 22 and they've never gymmed before because they're not hitting a growth spurt. So my final conclusion as to why you're not getting gains is that you're most likely not sleeping enough. Sorry, this isn't my final one. I just thought of another one, but you're not sleeping enough. If you want recovery, and the whole point of going to the gym, sorry, I'm swallowing. The whole point you're going to the gym is to fatigue your muscle, to put muscle back on. So you burn the muscle, you break the muscle fibers down. You eat, and then you sleep to recover because you need the protein, you need all the stuff, the nutrients from your food to process. If you are not sleeping enough, which is when you most of the time, like 80% of the recovery, I don't have the actual facts, but 80% of the recovery is at night. That's why you get tired. That's why you get fatigued at the end of the day. And that's why you feel rejuvenated in the morning, because your body recovers. It recovers everything. So you need an optimal amount of sleep. Now, this can be like a lot of people, they say, oh, sleep is a waste of time. Like a lot of the successful people, well, a lot of them say, oh, I need my sleep. A lot of other people say they don't need sleep. You know, it's a waste of time. It depends what you're trying to do. Because I'm on two ends of the spectrum. Like, I'm trying to become an entrepreneur. Right now, I'm probably an entrepreneur. Like, I still work. I'm just doing a lot of my own stuff in my free time. But most entrepreneurs that like are just full into working. They don't really care about gym or physical fitness. They say, oh, sleep is a waste of time. They just want to work, sleep a little bit, recover, work. Whereas in the gym, if you're prioritizing building muscle, this video is solely for just building muscle, getting the best results you can in the gym. You need optimal sleep. 6 hours isn't going to cut it. 7 hours is barely going to cut it. I would recommend anything over, 8 hours is good, 9 hours is pushing it, 10 hours is too much. 8 hours is the sweet spot for optimal recovery. You could probably get away with 9 hours. I would recommend getting a Whoop or I don't have a Whoop, I'm probably going to get one, a Whoop or an Oura Ring, and it will give you a guide of, I'm pretty sure, your deep sleep. Because when you sleep, you're not actually sleeping the entire time. Like, you're not in a deep recovery sleep the entire time. It's only like 80%. So if you sleep for 10 hours, you're only getting 8 hours of productive sleep. Now, I just made the 80% up. Like, I'm pretty sure it's around 80% or 70% to 90% in that range. But yeah, you're going to have to look that up. It's different for everyone. And finally, the last factor going towards your gym is how you train. If you are not training intensely enough, like if you finish your set and you just like, you're not breathing heavy, you're not shaking on that last rep, you didn't train hard enough. You didn't train intense enough on that set. You should be training to the point, at least, I believe you should go to failure on almost every single set. That's me. That's my mindset. I just want to give it my best effort every single set. But most people say, most gym professionals say, you should be training to about an 8 RPM, I believe the term is. It's where you're training to the point where if you are going to 8 reps and you can only get 2 more reps, like if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and I stop, and I believe I could have gotten 1 or 2 more reps after that before achieving failure, that's a good point to stop. I believe as close as you can to failure, if not failure, but I'm not going to argue with someone that's been in this industry for 10, 15 years, and I've only been in this industry for 4 years. So I'll take the step down on that one. I'm probably in the wrong. It's just to do, like I said, with the entrepreneur mindset. I'm trying to prove to myself that I give my all. So it just comes down to the individual person. So you can take my advice or you can take their advice. I feel good when I train my ass off and train as hard as I can. For other people, it might feel good knowing that they're getting the optimal best output in their training session. And your form. If you are, let's say, doing bicep curls and you're like swinging, that's not going to help you. If you are doing bench press and you're like lifting your ass up and throwing everything into it and, you know, just looking like a retard, you're not getting optimal chest workout. You're not getting optimal bicep workout. Because if you're training your biceps, you want this is the movement, okay? You don't want to be incorporating that because that takes the movement and the weight off the bicep. It takes the tension off. So you're not getting this. You're getting like a fraction of the movement. I'm sorry I'm doing these retarded movements, but that's my point, is that if you're cheating it, you're not cheating anyone but yourself. And that is because you are limiting the amount of weight and tension on your arm. So as much as I like lifting as heavy as I can, at least I'm humble enough to understand that if I'm doing wrong form, I'm not getting the result. There's no point to me doing it. I'm getting like the same result as if I dropped the weight and just did it normally. So might as well do it normally. Sorry, that was like, I'm getting a worse result than if I just lowered the weight and did 10 clean reps. So might as well just lower the weight and do 10 clean reps. So this is my conclusion. This is my little guide to, if you are not making progress, it is completely your fault. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. And I will be releasing a testosterone guide onto how to control your diet to optimize your testosterone, and another one on just how to control your diet, like my diet, what I eat, so you can see what foods are best recommended for testosterone. And if you want a little bit of insight on what I do, you can see what foods I consume, my dietary guidelines, and what I try and stay within, which is going to be probably the best for at least me. Everyone's diet is different, everyone's body is different, but I don't want to be egotistical and just say it's going to be the best for everyone, because it's not. Everyone's different, but it's what I do. If you look up to me and you believe that I'm correct in what I'm saying, which I believe I completely am, but I try to be humble. So if you believe in what I'm saying, you should get those. They are not out yet. They will be out within the end of the week, by the end of this month, I'd say they'll be out. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.